What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel, and yes, this is my first YouTube channel. I've been meaning to do this for a very long time but I've always made excuses. Either number one, I didn't know what I wanted my channel to revolve around, and number two, I'll overthink it. Like, I have an iPhone 7, which is what I'm using right now, but I'd overthink it and think, oh my gosh, I need to get a camera first and a ring light and everything. And like, looking at this video, I'm like, damn, I underestimated the quality of my camera actually. So I do want to get a camera eventually, but right now this is what I have, this is what I will use, and I hope you will like the video, and let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see from my caption, I am moving to Korea, and it's been a long process. Honestly, I don't know, there's a lot of, if you're interested in moving to South Korea, there's a lot of documentation, and during the whole process messes with you, and I don't think people actually even prepare you of how much that whole process just drains you. And sometimes I even felt like I wasn't good enough. Like, there were points where it even messes with your self-esteem, because the requirements are just very high and you just want it so bad that you start doubting yourself. But it is worth it at the end. And yes, so I initially my story is long and funny, but okay, I initially needed to leave, or wanted to leave, spring 2018, and they told me I can't do that because I needed my degree, and I was only graduating end of April, so that one was scratched out for sure. And okay, then I was like, okay, cool, I'll wait for fall 2018. And what happened then, I don't know, like I applied through an agency, and when I applied through an agency, I started going on YouTube, and I already paid for the agency, by the way. On YouTube, people are like, no, with Epik you get responses quicker if you apply directly, unlike through an agent, blah 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 blah. And as I started reading it, I started seeing that like this is actually true, and it is true. So when my agent applied for me through Epik, he did tell me that, you know, please make sure that you don't apply directly, because if you do that, it's like wasting their time, because now you're applying through them and through like the agency and directly, so they don't have time to figure out how they're gonna interview. So that apparently they just cancel you. Not apparent, it is true, they'll just decline you with no explanation. So when my agency told me this, well, my agency, by the way, I used Hands Korea, and they like their best. So I used Hands Korea, and this guy Hero was telling me that that's what's gonna happen. In my head, I'm thinking,
he's lying.
He just wants me to give him the, you know, just stick to the agency and keep on paying them, whereas I can do it by myself. And he doesn't know this, but he's about to know now if he watches this video. So me being smart, I actually applied directly, because the agency was just taking forever. I kept on asking like, what's happening with Epik, and they're like, we're waiting on Epik. I was like, bye. I applied directly. Immediately, maybe the next day, Epik replied and were like, hi Palisa, we've already seen that you've applied through an agency, so please stick to that process. And I was like, ah, bummer. But they did reply quick, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe 3 days later, my agency contacts me. They're like, Palisa, I've got bad news. You won't get your interview because we don't know why. Like, they're like, we're trying to look at your application, it looks perfect, we really don't know why. I knew why but I wasn't about to tell them. So I was like, okay, cool, what now? And they're like, no, we can try GOE. So GOE is also like similar to Epik Program. You get the same benefits, except you can't live in the city, you just placed around Seoul and like the province area. So a friend of mine, Casey, shout out to Casey, went through that, and actually she also got, okay, she got her Epik interview, failed it, but went to GOE and passed it. Right now she's also in South Korea. So Casey then did that, and I thought, I'll pass. So honestly, I didn't really prepare for my GOE interview. It was very, I don't know, I was just not prepared. And even with the interview, I thought it went well, but you know, when you wait after, I had to wait for like 2-3 weeks, whole month, there's no response, and the intake was beginning like September, October, people were leaving, and I think like he forgot about me. Honestly, I think I was part of like the maybe pile, where he was just like, okay, she's fine, because my interview was really long, and my agency told me that if your interview is over 20-30 minutes, then you know you got the job, but if they cut it before, then they're not interested. So my interview was pretty long, and I thought, oh, I got this. And I think now I know, like, I was part of the maybe pile, and they interviewed other people who were probably much more prepared and, I don't know, more, I don't know, better, and then they got accepted. Then they told me later, like, okay, rejected you, like end of October. And honestly, I had already told, if anyone from South Africa that knows me already knew I was leaving. Like, now everyone's asking me, when are you leaving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how do I even explain this? So I don't know, now you guys know what happened. Anyways, then fast forward to like a month later, because then Epik already reopened, and they're like, Epik has a large intake coming for spring 2019 intake, so do you want to apply for that? I was like, sure, but already I was like, you know, I wasn't so sure anymore, or not confident, but I did apply, and they replied, my agency replied, I think a week later. No, I'm lying, about 3 weeks. Yeah, my timeline was about 3 weeks. Then I got my interview. The interview went well, and I got accepted to Epik finally. But I think even like with the interview, I was very chilled about it. I knew initially that I would get the interview for sure, because I work in Sandton, and I am an English teacher, so that's why I'm used to like staring at the damn camera and not moving my eyes, because that's what I do. I do teach Asian students, and there's like my students are from Japan, Asia in general, but most of them are from China. So to be honest, when I started working like September, I wanted to change now. I wanted to go to China instead of South Korea. And so that's why I'm saying I wasn't so keen anymore about Epik. I was like, okay, I'll try it. If it doesn't work out, then it's fine. I'll just go to China. Because every day I hear about, you know, Shanghai, Beijing, Xi'an, all these cities, the food, you know, like they're my students. So I guess that made me more keen. And so I kind of forgot about the Korean culture, Koreans, their music, their language, anything I had researched back then when I prepared for my interview. And I went on YouTube again just to like kind of refresh my memory, like interview questions. And wow, I was so scared, because everyone was just like making Epik a big deal, which it is. I just forgot for a while, and I think that scare helped me, because then yeah, I really prepared. I went back to like my notes, learning about Korea. I actually, maybe my second video, I can do my interview questions specifically and my responses, so that you have an idea of what I said, because I know there's a lot of YouTube videos where people talk about the interview questions, but they're not really helpful, because they're not giving you an idea of how they responded. You know, people are different, but I think if you hear my responses, then you have a better chance of seeing how to answer your question. So if you do want that video, please comment down below, let me know, and I'll make a video of how I answered and how I got the job. So yeah, my interview was on the 22nd of November, on the 22nd of November, actually, yes, like recently, like last week. And the next day, the 23rd, I got accepted. Yesterday, the 30th of November, I live in Kempton Park. I went to Festival Mall to send my documents to Korea, and that was like
617 grand, 617 grand, 617 grand.
I died a little bit. And yeah, so now I'm just waiting for my contract. And if there's anyone watching who's going for the spring Epik intake, I think we should swap numbers or emails and honestly just prepare ourselves and compare if, how's your contract? Have you, those type of conversations. I'd really like that. If you do also have any other questions that I didn't cover, or documents that you need, or what you need as a South African to qualify to go teach. Oh yes, my job. I'm moving to South Korea to be a teacher. I teach English, and I didn't study English. I actually studied information technology. I have a degree in that, but that's another story for another day. Basically, I'm rambling now because I've been practicing what to say, what not to say. Well, not really practicing. I think my personality allows me to just be able to do this. But yeah, just let me know what you'd like to see. And I still don't know where this channel is gonna go. I don't have I didn't wanna put a category like, okay, I'm gonna do reaction videos or Korean lifestyle or whatever. I just wanted to be about me. So if I want to play soccer, I'm gonna take a damn video of me playing soccer. If I'm with my boyfriend, I'm gonna take a video with my damn boyfriend. If I want to show you my friends, I'll show you my friends. If so it's basically a channel about my life, because I've actually traveled within South Africa and outside South Africa. I remember when I was in Australia for about 2 to 3 months. It was honestly like the best, 21st gift my parents gave me. And it's so sad that all I have is just pictures and a few videos. I wish I had started a channel back then, and wow, and now I would be watching how I have grown in 2 years, so that's why I'm starting this channel, my thoughts before going to Korea, when I get to Korea, when I leave Korea, yeah, that's just gonna be my journey. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please, if you did, don't forget to, what do people say, to like, comment, and subscribe. And just good comments. If you have anything bad to say, just don't do it. I'm already stressed about getting my damn contract, and I don't need the negativity. But yeah, that's it for today, and I hope I'll see you next time. Oh, that's what I said to my students. I don't know. Bye guys.